Sculptured glass nails for St. Valentine's Day and secrets of ombre with acrylic in this video coming up. Hello guys, Anastasia here. This is the client that I have for today. I took off her old gel overlay and we're about to do new acrylic extensions. I took off the surface shine, then I applied dehydrator. When you apply it, you need to wait until it's fully dry so the nails will look a little bit whitish. With some clients, it may take a while. Then we're going to apply non-acid primer. I'm going to use Modelones clear acrylic powder and acrylic liquid, a little unpacking SAMR of 61 2-in-1 powder by Modelones as well. This is the neon pink I'm going to use for today's set. But we're going to start with the clear and I will be building the base, something like foundation for our nail. I prefer doing sculptured nails because you can create any shape and length you want, and also it's pretty easy to create a C-curve. The secret to consistent shape and smooth application is that you need to start to apply it evenly from the first bead. I will add some hearts and stars accessories that I have. I have pink and purple hollow hearts and crosses, so I'm just going to add them in different spots. Avoid adding them too close to the cuticles, especially if they're large. And then I'm going to slightly seal some of them with the clear acrylic. There are a few options, by the way, to secure them. You can take the bead of acrylic and then apply it with the acrylic together so it will stay in place, or you can simply position them first, as I just did, and then add acrylic on top. The reason I'm doing this is because when I'm going to do the encapsulation, I really do not want them to move. I want these hearts to stay exactly at the place that I chose for them. Try to apply clear as smooth as possible as we're about to add some color. This one, 61 neon pink. I'm adding this bead near the cuticle. Make sure that the line is even and then slightly blend it towards the free edge. Looks like we do not have enough color at the moment, which is not a problem. We can always add a little bit more later. This is 2-in-1 powder. You can use it as acrylic powder or as dip powder. I already did a swatch and a review of the entire collection by Modelones, and I am truly impressed, and I can highly recommend these color acrylics, especially if you are a beginner, because their pigment will not clog your brush. If you experience such problems as clogged brush or your monomer gets gooey pretty fast when you're working with colors, I can definitely recommend this one. And they're super easy to blend. I think you can already see it. The fade looks something like I used an airbrush. After you get enough of pink color, I'm going to seal it with the clear. Do not forget that no matter how many colors we use, whether we create a blend or an ombre, our nail should look like the entire whole piece sculptured nails, just like if you've used just one color, which may be a little tricky when you're working with clear, because sometimes you cannot really see, but once it gets matte when it's drying, you can see a little bit better, so it's kind of helpful. Do not forget to take a look from different angles. And I'm going to seal the color as well. It is always better to do that, so the color will be covered with acrylic, so you will not overfile it when you will be filing, let's say, the cuticle area. Let's proceed to the next nail so I can show you the entire process again. I always start with building the tip. Once you finish the first nail, now you have like a guideline of the shape and the length that your client desires, so you can match it with the remaining nails. Usually I do index, middle, and ring finger of the same length, and pinky should be a little bit shorter while the thumb can be slightly longer. On this nail, I'm going to add accessories as well, but this time I'm going to use an additional color, dark purple. So we will have pink and purple hearts. Some accessories are really small and flat, so you don't really need to worry about how to position them within the nail, but sometimes they're pretty thick. for instance, like those. So you need to keep in mind that they may be overfiled if you place them too close to the sidewall, to the free edge, or to the cuticle. But we are doing an ombre, so I'm not really adding anything near the cuticle. I'm just adding some mostly in the center and a little bit on the free edge. The secret to the perfect ombre is to choose the colors that will work good as an ombre, so I can highly recommend these 2-in-1 acrylic powders. Number 2 is you need to have a smooth surface. If it's uneven, if it's full of dips and bumps, it will be almost impossible. That's why I'm trying to make it now as smooth as possible with the clear. And the last but not least, you need to blend it really well. I prefer using medium consistency. It's not supposed to be too wet, even though it may seem that it's easier to do it when it's wet. I recommend to use medium. Place it near the cuticle and then blend it with a soft brush. Try to hold your brush parallel to the surface of the nail, so it will just slightly fade the color and create the beautiful ombre. I forgot to mention these powders are pretty slow setting, so you will have plenty of time to fix it. As you can see, I'm even fixing the cuticle line as it is still not dry yet. Then I will take off the foam and slightly pinch the nails. This is what we have after the application. By the way, these nails, when they are matte, they look pretty good too, but I think glass nails will be even better when we make them like an actual glass, glossy and clear. Acrylic nails are a bit harder to file compared to gel or polygel nails. That's why I try to avoid filing as much as possible and to apply the product as good as I can. Measure the length so it will match. I'm using 180 grit file. Usually that's just fine to do the shaping and the filing. We decided to do a square shape, so I always start with the length, because if you will start by filing the surface, you may end up with the perfect nail and then realize that this perfect nail is longer or shorter than the rest of them. Do not forget to file sidewalls, make sure they're parallel, but do not overfile them, especially in the area where the natural nail begins, because we may cause such problems as onycholysis, which is separation of the nail bed from the nail plate. If you really need to make nails look more narrow, it is better to achieve it with the different techniques, such as pinching the nails, application. If you will apply more product in the center to the apex and less product to the sides, it will already look narrow. You need to choose the shape that will perfectly match the hand of the client. It may be also helpful, but overfiling the sidewalls is definitely not an option. Now we have filed and shaped nails. We cleaned the dust and let's seal them with a top coat, and do not forget to seal it underneath. I recommend to do this at all times when you're dealing with transparent glass nails. This is the final look. I think it is perfect for upcoming Valentine's Day. Let me know, guys, what do you think, and thank you so much for watching. I will leave all the links down below as well as the discount code. See you in my next video. Goodbye!